Hello and welcome to That Was Golf. My name is Calum MacVicar. Thank you very much for joining us on this episode of the Weekly Review, where each week we keep you up to date with many of the world's professional men's and women's golf tours. We start this week with the Ladies European Tour, where it was a co-sanctioned event with the Women's PGA Tour of Australasia. The Women's Australian Open held at Kooyunga Golf Club in Adelaide, South Australia, Australia. Winning here was Hannah Green. For the first time in 12 years, the winner of the Women's Australian Open is a home winner, with Hannah Green seeing off challenges from fellow Aussie Casey Porter and Women's New South Wales Open winner from 2 weeks ago, Agathe Lannay. Green, playing in the final group on Sunday, finished with a one-shot lead over Porter and Lannay. Green had to show composure and nerves of steel down the 18th after making bogey on the 17th, knowing Lannay was one shot behind in the group in front of her with one hole to go, and knowing Casey Porter was also one shot behind and clubhouse leader after an incredible course record equaling round of 62 10 under par. Final top 10 at the Women's Australian Open was first place and winning the tournament on 11 under, Hannah Green. Tied second on 10 under, Casey Porter and Agathe Lannay. Tied fourth on 6 under was Karis Davidson and Cassandra Alexander. Solo sixth on 5 under was Magdalena Simmermacher. Tied seventh on 4 under was Momaka Kabori, Darcy Harry and Yana Melikova. And tied 10th on 3 under was Grace Kim, Annabelle Fuller, Shannon Tan and Céline Herbin. On the Korean LPGA, it was the Rejuran Championship held at Emata Spring Country Club in Chonburi, Thailand. Winning here was Jin Young Lim. On the opening event of the Korean LPGA, Jin Young Lim saved her best golf for the final round of the tournament, shooting a bogey-free 65 7 under par to sign off for a total score of 15 under par and a one-shot lead over Yi Won Lee in second place. This is Lim's first win on the KLPGA since turning professional in 2022. Over to the PGA Tour, where it was the Players' Championship held at TPC Sawgrass Stadium Course in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, USA. Winning here was Cameron Young. In a dramatic final day at the Players, the many bodies of water on the back nine at TPC Sawgrass saw the hopes and dreams of many players dashed, but not for eventual winner Cameron Young. Michael Torbjornsson dropped down the leaderboard early on with a quad bogey on 4. Overnight leader Ludvig Åberg fell away with water balls causing a bogey and a double bogey in quick succession on 11 and 12. And a charge from Robert McIntyre was also rinsed with a shot into the water late on, leaving Matt Fitzpatrick and Cameron Young to duke it out going into their final couple of holes. 17 and 18 would prove to be the decisive switch in fates for the two players. Young made birdie on 17 to draw level with Fitzpatrick on 13 under, but the Englishman faltered at the 18th, making a bogey and opening the door for Young to make par and seal a one-shot margin of victory and claim his second PGA Tour title. On the Professional Golf Tour of India, it was the Indorama Ventures Open Golf Championship, held at the Kalar Blues and Greens Golf Club in Ahmedabad, India. Winning here was Saptak Talwar. Saptak Talwar got his second win on the PGTI, moving into first place on the season's Order of Merit as a result. Starting the final round as joint leader, his measured and controlled performance of 72 under par, with 3 birdies and a single bogey, saw him finish 2 shots ahead of the field, many of whom in the top 10 struggled to keep multiple bogeys and double bogeys off their scorecards. This event was initially a co-sanctioned event with the Hotel Planner Tour, but changed to just a PGTI event, with many Hotel Planner Tour players unable to travel due to the ongoing conflict in Southwest Asia. As of today, next week's DP World PGTI Open, which is also a co-sanctioned event between the Hotel Planner Tour and the PGTI, is due to go ahead as scheduled. Over to the Japan LPGA, where it was a co-sanctioned event with the Thai LPGA, the Taiwan Foxconn Ladies Golf Tournament held at the Orient Golf Club in Taoyuan City, Taiwan. Winning here was Fuka Suga. In the first event held outside of Japan on the JLPGA in 46 years, only one player ended the tournament under par on a particularly testing course for the field. Fuka Suga finished on a score of 5 under par after rounds of 70, 76, 68 and 69 on the par 72 course, 6 shots clear of Shuri Sakuma in second place, who finished 1 over par. On the PGA Tour of Australasia, it was the Heritage Classic, held at the Heritage Golf and Country Club in Chirnside Park, Victoria, Australia. Winning here was Will Florimo. Despite back-to-back bogeys on his closing 2 holes in the final round of play, Will Florimo still managed to finish the Heritage Classic with a 2-shot cushion over Hayden Barron in second place. Rounds of 66, 70, 69 and 69 for a total of 14 under par at the par 72 course gave Florimo his first win on the PGA Tour of Australasia since he joined in 2023, and sees him rise to 5th place in the season's order of merit with 1 event to go. Out on the Sunshine Tour, it was the Serengeti Playoffs, held at Serengeti Golf and Wildlife Estate in Kempton Park, South Africa. Winning here was Daniel von Tonder. In his final round of play, von Tonder shot an impressive 63 9 under par for the second time in the tournament, giving him a final score of 21 under par, 2 shots clear of the field and earning him his 13th win on the Sunshine Tour. Heading into the final event of the year on the Sunshine Tour, von Tonder now sits in 4th place on the season's order of merit. On the Epson Tour this week, it was the IOA Golf Classic held at Alaqua Country Club in Longwood, Florida, USA. Winning here was Jong-Yun Lee6. Winning her first professional event since her breakthrough win at the Women's US Open in 2019, Jong-Yun Lee6 shot rounds of 67, 68 and 65 at the par 71 Alaqua Country Club course to finish for a total of 13 under par and a narrow 1-shot margin of victory over Ji-won Jeon in second place on 12 under. Final top 10 in Florida was first place on 13 under and winning the tournament, Ji-young Lee6, solo second on 12 under, Ji-won Jeon. Solo third on 11 under, Marielle Galdiano. Solo fourth on 10 under was Jessica Porvasnik. Tied fifth on 8 under was Lauren Olivares, Kylia Romero and Natasha Un. And tied 8th on 7 under was Megan Schofield, Yu Ren and Amari Avery. Lastly this week we head to the LIV Golf League, where it was the LIV Golf Singapore held at Sentosa Golf Club, the Serapong course in Singapore. Winning here was Bryson DeChambeau. In a heavily rain-delayed final round at the Sentosa Golf Club, Bryson DeChambeau and Richard T. Lee ended the tournament on 14 under par to see the pair enter a playoff replaying the 18th hole. With DeChambeau putting his first drive into the water, the door was open for Lee to gain some ground, taking a somewhat conservative line off the tee and playing for position with his third shot. With Bryson in the rough chipping for his 4th shot on the par 5 and Lee putting for birdie from 12 feet, the match looked like it would have an inevitable outcome. Unfortunately for Lee, nerves got the better of him. As Bryson chipped close and putted for par, Lee 3-putted for bogey, with his par putt from 3 feet lipping out, handing DeChambeau his 4th LIV Golf League individual title. 4 aces won the team event, making it back-to-back wins for Dustin Johnson's team and putting them in 2nd place on the season's team standings, just 2 points behind early pace setters Ripper GC. And for another week, that was golf. Thank you so much for listening into this episode. If you like what we do here at That Was Golf, be sure to follow us on our socials and subscribe to the podcast to stay up to date with all future episodes released every Tuesday, 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.